What up, everyone? So I finally got a free night to record some damn videos, so I'm recording them like no one's business. We got Loot Crate DX, and this is January's box. Yeah, January. So this is actually the last Loot Crate DX we're ever going to see on this channel. Nothing against the box. I never thought it was horrible, but I've talked about it, and I will talk about it in this review of why I'm not continuing with it and the reasons behind that. But I'm pretty hopeful for this one because I really liked the normal Loot Crate. The theme was Origins, and they always share the theme. They did a really good job, so I'm excited to see what they do with this one. So without further ado, let's get into it. Man, I need a new sword. This one isn't sharp anymore. Alright. There's information card. Looks like we got a shirt. Looks like we got some Transformer shit. A little Optimus Prime for you. There's that. Am I getting it? Cool. So we got a long sleeve shirt, so that's the one thing about DX you're never going to see. Smells like a new shirt. You're never going to see standard shirts. They always either do long sleeve or sweater, or one time they did like a polo, which is pretty cool. So they always change it up a little bit, which is good. So Transformers, okay, that works. Next, oh, okay, this is kind of big. Gotta get it out. So next, looks like we got a whole figure series. Dang. So it looks like we got Batman, the classic TV series, and we got a whole figure series there. Wow, that's pretty cool. Oh, geez. So came like beat to shit though. This is exactly what happened in my Funko box. The flap didn't go in all the way, and then it got bent up. Look, what the hell? Same exact thing with Funko. Why are they not closing their boxes? I think it's an automated machine, and it's not closing it all the way. Now it's all dinged up. And let me guess, Loot Crate doesn't do damaged boxes. So I'm assuming that's what it is. Also, one thing to note is that they should never put these face up. So they have a window box, and you can see all the dents right here. It's because they did a window box and they put something on top of it. If you're doing a window box, you have to put it face down so the pressure is evenly distributed. Because this is stronger than this. This is flimsy and will press down and create these dents. It'll also create these dents. Hello. So that's something to note. When packaging Loot Crate, you should always put those face down. Let me fix this shit myself because no one else is gonna. God damn it. Oh, that sucks. Hopefully this isn't worth anything. Damn. Well, I'll try and contact him. I won't hold my breath, though. So, anyway, these look like the posable little bendy figures. Something that would have been popular at the time of the show. It's kind of cool that they do the whole series of characters. That's nice. I do like the window display of it, how they have them all lined up right there. Not a big fan of the whole bendy figure thing, but it's cool to just put on display like that. Alright, that works. Damaged box. Fuck. Alright. Next. Action Comics #1. It looks like we got a tin plate plaque? Poster? Tin poster? I'm not sure what to call it. But yeah, one little tin. There is a name for it. What is the name for it? Whatever that name is, that. We got one of those, Action Comics #1. So this matches what we got in the Loot Crate. This is very nicely done. Like, they did a really good paint job. And it's all like embeveled and embossed and things like that. So that's cool. And they did a really nice opaque paint job. That's really cool. I'll definitely hang that up. I like that a lot. Something in there. So yeah, Action Comics #1, tin poster and printed thingy. There we go. I like that. Good job. It was very nicely done. I'm looking at the paint job and stuff. It's actually really well done. Not bad at all. Okay, that works. Alrighty. Next, we got a book. The Art of Atari. Nice. I love art books. I always like the art of books. Let's take a look. Let's open it up. New book smell. New book. Fresh. The freshest. So these look like the covers to video games. This is really cool, actually. I wish they'd go a little more into it. It kind of just looks like they just show covers and explain it. I kind of wish they'd go a little more into the... I doubt they have pictures of it, now that I think of it, but the process of it. It'd be really cool to own some of this art. I'm sure someone does somewhere, because this was really cool, and it was really an art. Back in the day, like, same with movie posters. We didn't have Photoshop and stuff. People had to actually paint these. There's an actual painting of this somewhere. Same with original movie posters. They're crazy expensive, in the hundreds of thousands of dollars, but there is an actual original painting. Buddy of mine who sells artwork had the original E.T. one that he bought and sold. So that was really cool too. The actual E.T. with the finger, it was a real painting. So that's really cool. I love books like this. I love art books. And the artwork on the front was always so interesting. So here's one from Yar's Revenge. I remember that one. That's a really cool one. That's a classic cover. Oh man, that's really cool. So it's really cool. I'd be super psyched to see not just scans of this, but the actual painted artwork. So I want to look into that and try to get some of this shit. That's really cool. Even in like an off-brand game, it'd still be cool. Pac-Man. That's really awesome. I like that. Hardcover book. I assume it's exclusive. Yep, there it is. That's really cool. I like that a lot. Alright, last one. We got another tin poster thingy. Come here, little bitch. Detective Comics. So same as the Action Comics, but this is the first appearance of Batman. Detective Comics, 1939. I think this is 38. Oh, this doesn't have the date on it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this was 38. And then this was 39. So the first appearance of Batman. Same thing. Nice paint job. I like that. I'll keep that too. I'll hang it up real nice. So there we go. Another tin poster, 2 of them. So, we got 2 Batman things. And then, oh, got a third Batman. Oh, this is a really nice pin. So nice like matte finish on the like traditional 50s Batman logo. That's a really cool pin. They did the same thing in normal Loot Crate where they just did the Ninja Turtles where it was just a logo. It wasn't some goofy interpretation of it. That's really cool. Nice pin too. Alright, well, ain't that always the case when you're canceling a box, they do a good one. But yeah, I really like this stuff. This is one of the first themes I've genuinely enjoyed. You know, one thing about this box that always bugged me, they always seem to be very video game heavy. There was always tons of video game stuff in there, which is fine, but they have Loot Gaming. Like, why are they so focused on video games? Like, last one we had a video game action figure, and the time before that we did 2. There was always something video games, and it was like, this is supposed to be general. Don't put stuff that's going to appear in another box, possibly. So I always thought that was weird, and this is one of the only times where there wasn't something video game in there. And yeah, that's always bothered me. So I like this theme much more. So that's all the stuff in the box. So we'll take a short little break, and then we'll come back, talk about some value, and give this box a farewell rating. See you soon. All right, we are back. Let's talk about some value of these items. First, the shirt. So I never give these ones the standard shirt value because they aren't standard shirts. So these are different, so I actually do go into value on these. And this one, also something to note, the values are going to be high on this. I actually waited a while after I got this box because like I keep saying, I try to wait at least a couple days after a box arrives to get the values more accurate because if you get it the day of, then the values are all super high. So I tried to wait. And I did, but the values are still higher than they should be. So the problem with that, like I said, I'm right next to Loot Crate. It's like an hour away from me. So I'm probably one of the first people to get this. So even though I waited a few days, the rest of the country still hasn't got it. So these prices are going to be a little bit overpriced, and they will come down over the next couple days, so on over the next few weeks. The shirt is at $15 right now. And that's pretty reasonable, to be quite honest. Like, long sleeve shirts always run at least like 15 bucks. And it's a good design. Like, overall, I'll give it the design-wise like a 7 out of 10. And it's got decent quality to it. It's pretty soft. And is it the... Yeah, so it's a Loot Crate branded shirt, which again is weird because the normal Loot Crate one had a Gildan shirt. Still don't know the story behind that. But it's actually the Loot branded shirt, which is nice, so... That's at 15 bucks, but I imagine that dropping at least a few dollars. That'll probably be more like the standard 12 to 15 after it's all said and done. Then, the figure, even though mine came fucking damaged, and it's such a pain in the ass too, because it's like, is it even worth it, honestly? Because these figures weren't worth that much. This is at like $15 right now, and I don't imagine that staying there. I imagine this dropping quite a bit because it's cool and it's exclusive and it's cool to look at, but I can't imagine a ton of people going out of their way to try to find this. So I imagine this dropping pretty significantly. I don't think it's going to hold that value, and it's not going to stay up there, so that'll drop quite a bit too. But yeah, it's at the end of the day, I don't know if it's worth it to even contact them because it's such a pain in the ass. I don't have time for this shit. I gotta go to their website, look up their contact information, type out an email explaining what it was, take pictures of it, and it's like, is it really worth it for like a $10 or $15 item? And then they'd probably respond, but like, we don't fucking replace boxes. And it's like, god damn it, you guys. Can anyone take responsibility for their products, like Funko and Loot Crate and all you? Does anyone take responsibility? Just saying. Sorry, I'm getting pissed off. Anyway, so yeah, I don't imagine that holding the value. Honestly, I think this is going to drop to like below $10 because It's just not that highly collectible. The figures aren't high-end. It's cool that it's exclusive, but Loot Crate puts out so many boxes each month. I guarantee you by the time this gets around the US, it'll probably be worth less than 10. But as of right now, it's worth right around 15. Then, our signs. Our little metal signs. So these are going to get grouped together because that's pretty much what it is. Everyone that's listing it, selling it, buying it, puts them together. I can't imagine a ton of people wanting one and not the other. They kind of do go together hand in hand. So I'm going to value those together. And together they're going to be right around 30 bucks, which actually isn't too unreasonable. That price will drop too, but probably not that much because these are pretty collectible. These tin signs, or the metal signs, like I see them all over the place. Anytime you've gone to any fair anywhere, there's always someone selling them. And they're pretty cool and they're pretty collectible. They're very easy to hang up because these have like little pinholes in them. And it's super easy to hang up with just like a tack or something like that. You can even tape it to the wall if you want because it won't get damaged. So I think these will be like pretty nice little collectibles. They probably won't go up in value ever, but I don't think they'll drop too much either. So it'll drop a couple bucks, so it'll be under 30, but still right around that price. So probably like 10 to 15 for each one individually. But yeah, I think they're really cool. It's a nice little collectible. And they are exclusive. But that doesn't mean much because these two have been made a billion times. Just like the reprint we got in normal Loot Crate, it is a reprint, but it's been reprinted so many times, and it probably will be so many more in the future. It's like, it's worthless. It's not worth much more than the paper it's printed on. So kind of the same with this, but it's on metal, so it's a little bit. So it's exclusive, but I can imagine there are a million signs just like it somewhere else. Probably not embeveled and embossed like this, but still. So it's cool, but yeah, that's what it is. Then, our exclusive book, The Art of Atari. So I knew they did this. They do this every time. And this bugs me about Loot Crate 2. So they do this exclusive book, but it's not really exclusive. There is a book out there that already exists called The Art of Atari. Much bigger, much more detailed, still hardcover. And what Loot Crate does, they take that book and they take a sample from that book, a little excerpt from that book, repress it, put it in their own book and call it the Capsule Edition, and all it is like a portion of another book that already exists out there. And they do that just so they can say it's exclusive. And it's like, that's such a bullshit move. Like, I'd rather have the full version of the book than an exclusive version of a sample of that book. That's such a stupid move, and I hate that they do that. Just because they want to stamp something exclusive on there, just go get that book. Because what happens if I like this? What if I love this book, which I probably will, I do like this book, then it's like, well, okay, I'm going to go buy the full edition, and I've already read half of it, now I have like this book and half of one I've already read. It's like, that's such a bad concept. Please, Loot Crate, don't do that anymore. Just give us the full fucking book. Give us the normal book. We don't care if it's exclusive. If we like it, we like it. And they've done this with every book in the past. They had the Unfortunate Superheroes one, the Unfortunate Supervillains one. Those were full books too. They just took parts from it and pressed their own version of it. It's like, that sucks, you guys. Don't do that. I hate it when you do that. Why would you want that? It's like someone just it's like watching a preview. You only watch a preview to go watch the movie. You don't pay for the preview, you pay for the movie. So we shouldn't pay for this, you should pay for the full book. This should just be an advertising. Again, ranting. You're making me angry, Loot Crate. Anyway, this book, this will drop in price too. Right now it's at $12. It'll easily drop below $10 over the next couple of days. And that's because, like I always say, the problem there always is with books. People read it once, sell it as new for pennies on the dollar, so that drops the price. Even though it's cool, even though it's exclusive, kinda, it will drop tremendously and it'll be worth kinda next to nothing. So it'll definitely be under 10, but right now it's at 12. But other than the complaints I had, I still think the concept of it was cool. Not giving any credit to Loot Crate because it wasn't their idea. They ripped it off. But whoever created the original, Tim Lapatino, whatever his name is, I like that. I do like art books. I think that's a good idea. And I might be intrigued enough to go buy the full version, which is what I wanted to begin with. Damn you. Alright, where's the last thing? Our pin. Where'd it go? It's around here somewhere. Well, you guys know what it looks like. It's so messy in here, I don't know where it's floating around at. Yeah, that shit's gone. It has gone to a better place. I have no idea where that went. But you guys know what it looked like. The 50s Batman logo pin. It actually is metal. It's very nice in quality. That pin goes for like 10 bucks, which is not surprising at all. Pins are becoming very, very collectible. These more and more boxes are doing them, making like high quality pins like Bandbox, Loot Crate does it. A bunch of other companies are doing it too. Nerdblock's done it a little bit. and pins are becoming very, very collectible. They really are. So many companies are making pins. Funko makes their own pins. It's very collectible. So I'm not surprised that's going to go for 10 bucks. That'll drop a tiny bit, but probably not much because that's probably going to be very collectible. It is a very nice pin, so that's going to be pretty sought after, I can imagine. So, that all being said, the values are pretty straightforward here, and we got right around an $80 value. And I was pretty straight with all these because these are going to drop, so I didn't want to be too general. But with the values they're at now, we're probably at about $82. And after they drop, we'll be closer to like 70, 75. Only time will tell exactly how much they'll drop, but I'm usually pretty accurate at guessing, but we'll only be able to see after like a few days, weeks, so on and so forth. So I imagine it being more around that $70, $75 range, which is what it's usually at. And that's about a little more, or right around 50% more than what you paid for it, which isn't a terrible value. That's fine. Makes the box worth it, but like I've said a million times, it's just too much money to risk every month, because if you don't like one thing, you're getting what you paid for. If you don't like two things, you're losing money. And a lot of these things are very hard to sell from Loot Crate because they print so many of them, they make so many of them, they flood the market every time they put it in a box. So it's really hard to sell anything if you happen to not like it. And this being like a $55 box, it's a lot of money to risk every single month, and I've never been a fan of the theme until now. Like I said, it's always been okay. It's just never been great. It's never been wonderful. Loot Crate's been wonderful. They've given double, triple the value, sometimes more, and they've done wonderful stuff. They have exclusive figures and things like that. This box, not so much. Like, in the normal one, we get Q-Pop and Pop figures and all kinds of cool Titan stuff. And this one, we get Vendables, and it's like, why is that not transferring over? I don't understand. So I'm sure the second I cancel this, we'll get all kinds of cool shit, as it always happens, but it's just too much to risk. I'd much rather put that money towards like the Loot Marvel one, which looks more badass, or Lutaku, that has always been good. It's just too much money where they just haven't done great on the things. And like I said, it's always been heavy on the video game stuff, which I'm fine with, but I'm not that into the video game collectibles. Like playing them, not collecting them. So that's why I'm canceling it. That's why we won't see it again. And the value's just never been there. So I think it's time to move on to other stuff. So I know this is usually one of my most popular videos because not that many people get this box. So it's sad to see it go, but it's just too much money. And they don't have any sort of referral program for this box, or else I would keep it because I could constantly be getting discounts. But for some reason, Loot Crate only does referral programs on their original box. Why it doesn't translate over, I have no idea. But it doesn't, so I never get a discount on any of the other boxes, and that's why they constantly get switched out. Anyway, that all being said, value's not that great, but I did like the box. I really like this theme, the theme of Origins. I really like that theme. Everything in here was good. The book, obviously, I wish it was the full version. The figures, I wish it didn't come damaged. I hope they replace it, but they probably won't. But I still really liked all the items in here. I thought they were well done and pretty decent in quality. So that being said, after all my complaints, I'm still going to give this a 6.5 out of 10 because I genuinely did like the stuff. It was worth the money. You definitely could have gotten more value with it, but you got a decent amount in value. And you got really good franchises here, and I thought that was cool. A little DC heavy now that I'm noticing it. We got three Batman items and one Superman. I don't know how I didn't notice that till just now. Yeah, that's pretty heavy on the Batman. That's kind of weird. Anyway, yeah, 6.5 out of 10 I think is merited. Maybe a little bit higher, honestly, after I hear what you guys think about it. Let me know what you guys thought about the box, and maybe that score will go up a little bit. So, by the time this is posted, because I'm recording a few videos, these values will have dropped, so we'll revisit this in the comments to see what they end up being. But let's judge it for now based on the values I gave, because that's what the score is based on. So let's go off that for now, and then we'll revisit the values in the monthly review when it's more accurate. So in the meantime, let's talk about it as it is, the score as it is, the values as is, and we'll go from that. Anyway, as always, let me know what you guys thought. Thank you all for watching and supporting. Love you all. Peace.